Capricorn 01 Zagato.
You haven't heard of this car yet, but I guarantee you've heard of the legends it helped create. The Bugatti Veyron, the Chiron, the Porsche 918 Spider, the McLaren P1, icons that redefined the meaning of performance. And yet, behind their glory, hidden deep in the engineering rooms of Europe, there was a quiet name, a company that never stepped into the spotlight, until now. A company called the Capricorn Group. For decades, they've been the secret force crafting components, perfecting technologies, building the unseen bones of hypercars that became legends. But what happens when the company that built everyone else's dream machines decides to build one of its own? When the silent engineer steps into the light and says, "We can do better." The answer is the Capricorn 01 Zagato, a fusion of German precision and Italian passion, an analog masterpiece in a digital world, a car built not to chase numbers but to chase feelings. At first glance, the Capricorn doesn't scream for attention. There are no giant wings, no exaggerated aero tricks, no obsession with top speed or lap times, because that was never the goal. This car isn't about who finishes first. It's about why we started driving in the first place. The design is pure Zagato, over a century of Italian artistry, distilled into a body that looks as though it was shaped by wind itself. A low, flowing silhouette crowned by the legendary double bubble roof, a signature seen on some of the most exquisite Aston Martins and Alfa Romeos ever made. But this time, that double bubble hides a very German heart. The bodywork is entirely carbon fiber, thin, rigid, and purposeful. From the wraparound windscreen to the impossibly slender carbon pillars, everything is a statement of lightness. Even the front end feels alive, smooth, and reptilian, reminiscent of a 1960s endurance prototype rather than a modern aerodynamic monster. Down the sides, vast intakes feed the mid-mounted heart. They're angular, almost aggressive, like a Bugatti Chiron stripped of its vanity and left with only function. And then there's something truly alien, something we've never seen before, a glass engine cover with exhausts that burst straight through it. Heat shimmers beneath transparent glass, shielded by sculpted carbon fiber, a display of power and precision unlike anything else on the planet. Every inch of this car breathes carbon. The chassis, the subframes, even the wheels, available in lightweight alloy or naturally carbon fiber. The brakes are carbon ceramic. The suspension uses pushrod Bilstein dampers, with a lift system on both the front and rear axles. It's a car born from the same hands that engineered the underpinnings of Le Mans winners and Formula One challengers. But here's the twist. Despite its racing DNA, the Capricorn 01 isn't a track weapon built for extreme downforce. It's a car that rejects the hypercar culture, the obsession with power figures, lap records, and aerodynamic chaos. Zagato says it best. The Capricorn does not need to rely on a visually ostentatious aero package with large wings. Our target was to achieve constant, predictable downforce, not extreme numbers that make a car nervous. In an industry obsessed with records, that sounds almost rebellious. Capricorn isn't competing with its customers anymore. It's calling them out. And then there's the powertrain, a heart that beats with purpose rather than arrogance. A 5.2-liter, mid-mounted supercharged Ford V8. Rebuilt from the inside out, lighter crank, forged rods and pistons, and a dry sump system worthy of a race car. It produces 900 metric horsepower and over 1,000 Newton meters of torque. But Capricorn doesn't brag about those numbers. They don't care, because in their words, this car is designed for the joy of driving, not for records. 900 horsepower today isn't shocking, but it's the way that power feels that matters. Delivered through a 5-speed manual gearbox, not paddles, not computers, just you, the clutch, and the road. At 9,000 RPM, the V8 screams, mechanical and raw, unfiltered by hybrid motors or digital interference. It's the kind of sound that makes your bones vibrate, the kind that reminds you cars used to have souls. And then the weight, 1,200 kilograms. That's all. No hybrid systems, no batteries, no compromise. Just carbon fiber, aluminum, and obsession. Lighter than a Ferrari F80, in the same league as a McLaren Senna. The result, 0 to 60 in under 3 seconds. If your hands are fast enough, because there are no computers to save you here. Every shift, every blip, every mistake, it's all yours. Step closer, open those delicate gull-wing doors, and you enter another world. A cockpit that feels more like an endurance prototype than a hypercar. A thin steering wheel, no clutter, no nonsense. Just the essentials, start button, mode switch, and 3 driving modes, comfort, sport, and track. Physical dials ahead, toggle switches on the dash. It's all mechanical, all tactile. The carbon fiber dashboard is peppered with holes for lightness, echoing the Lamborghini Sesto Elemento. And then the centerpiece, a 5-speed dog-leg manual gearbox, first gear down and left. Just like an old racing car. Spindly, exposed, milled from metal for lightness. No auto blips, no software smoothing your mistakes. Just mechanical purity, direct, precise, and alive beneath your palm. The seats are fixed to the carbon tub, just like a LaFerrari. You adjust the pedals and steering to fit yourself. You adapt to the car, not the other way around. But here's something truly unique. The gear lever itself moves with you. Adjust your driving position and the lever slides too, forward or backward up to 80 millimeters, perfectly aligning with your reach. It's the kind of over-engineering only true car lovers understand. And that's just half the story. Because beneath the craftsmanship and nostalgia lies a deeper purpose, a message from Capricorn to the entire automotive world. This car isn't just a machine, it's a declaration, a promise that the art of driving isn't dead yet. Because there's more to the Capricorn 01 Zagato than its beauty, its numbers, or its engineering. There's intent, a philosophy. And that philosophy begins under its lightweight carbon hood, where form and function collide with surprising practicality. Because despite its radical design, the Capricorn still gives you space to live with it. 110 liters of luggage capacity sit neatly up front, thanks to the absence of any electric axle or hybrid hardware. What you see when you lift that sculpted bonnet is more than storage. It's an exhibition. Carbon push rods, laid down radiators, every pipe and line arranged with surgical precision. It's mechanical art, and Capricorn wants you to stare at it as much as drive it. And make no mistake, this car isn't built to be a garage queen. It's designed to be driven, felt, and understood. But of course, such craftsmanship comes at a price. 2.95 million euros before tax, roughly 2.5 million pounds, or a little over $3 million. The kind of price tag that instantly separates the dreamers from the fortunate few. But that's the point. Only 19 will ever exist, each one a tribute to Zagato's founding date, the 19th of April, 1919. A century of design distilled into just 19 examples, every one of them a time capsule, each one a rebellion against the digital takeover of driving. And for those 19 owners, the Capricorn offers something money can't easily buy anymore: authenticity. A hypercar that refuses to play the same game as everyone else. It doesn't chase numbers or algorithms, it chases emotion. It doesn't rely on battery packs or torque vectoring computers. It relies on feel. It's a car that doesn't flatter you. It challenges you. It exposes you. It forces you to reconnect with the fundamentals. Throttle, clutch, gears, balance. It's as analog as modern engineering allows a machine to be. And yet, beneath that romance lies a deeper motive. The Capricorn 01 Zagato isn't just a car, it's a shop window, a demonstration of capability, a message to the world that Capricorn no longer wants to remain the silent partner behind the Bugattis and Porsches of the world. They can do it all, from concept to carbon, from idea to ignition. This car is proof that their decades of quiet craftsmanship can stand on its own four wheels, proudly bearing their name. Just as Rimac used its hypercars to show the world it could build batteries and drive trains for others, Capricorn is doing the same, but in the analog realm. They're saying to manufacturers, visionaries, and dreamers everywhere, bring us your ideas, your sketches, your wild ambitions. We can make them real. 100 cars a year, bespoke, engineered, built, and tested entirely under their own roof. No committees, no compromises. But beyond the business statement, there's something spiritual about the Capricorn 01 Zagato. In a world where every supercar is judged by how quickly it can reach 200 miles an hour, or how much downforce it can generate, this car stands apart. It isn't chasing the future, it's protecting the past. It's preserving a feeling, the feeling of a car that talks to you through the steering, the vibration, the sound, the feeling of an engine that doesn't hide behind silence or filters. The feeling of knowing that when you drive it, you're part of the process, not just a passenger to its technology. It's a defiance against the age of automation, a rebellion against the silence of electric perfection. It's raw, imperfect, human. It's a machine that needs your skill to shine, and in return, it gives you something no software update ever could: connection. The Capricorn 01 Zagato is more than an object of desire. It's a reminder of what cars used to be and what they still can be if the right people care enough to build them. It's a car for those who remember when driving wasn't about convenience, when mistakes were part of the art, when every rev and shift felt like communication rather than control. And as it sits there, motionless, every curve of its carbon fiber reflecting light like liquid metal, you realize it's not just a hypercar, it's a declaration of independence. A statement that says craftsmanship still matters, that mechanical passion still has a place in an electric world, that beauty, simplicity, and soul are still worth something. 19 cars, £2.5 million each. Every one hand-built by the same company that once supplied the giants. But now, Capricorn is no longer working in the shadows. With Zagato's design and their own relentless precision, they've stepped into the light. And in doing so, they've built more than a machine. They've built a message. The message is simple. Driving is not dead. Not yet. Not while cars like this exist. The Capricorn 01 Zagato stands as proof that even in a world obsessed with autonomy and algorithms, there's still room for a beating heart. A car that dares to be human, because sometimes progress isn't about adding more. Sometimes it's about taking things away, removing the layers until only the essence remains. Just man, machine, and road. And that's what makes this car matter. Not the price, not the rarity, not even the speed, but the fact that it reminds us why we fell in love with driving in the first place. It's not about control, it's about connection. And that is something no technology can replace. The Capricorn 01 Zagato is not here to set records. It's here to set a standard for purity, for purpose, for passion. And for those who understand what that means, it may very well be the most beautiful car you've never heard of.